Most people see firefighting as courage and chaos.
What it really is, at every level, is a ladder built from pressure, humiliation, competence, and memory. The fastest way up is rarely brute bravery. It is becoming the person others trust when the room is loud, hot, and running out of time. You enter as a recruit before you earn the right to ride a rig. Mornings start with drills, inspections, and correction delivered in front of everyone. You learn hose loads, ladders, knots, report writing, and how fast small mistakes become public. Your first rank teaches one lesson hard. Pride burns quicker than fuel. Then you become the probationary firefighter, the Probie everybody watches. You clean the bay floor, restock medical bags, check air bottles, and stay one step ahead of orders. Every veteran is measuring your attitude. They care less about confidence than whether you stay useful at 3:12 a.m. Money is modest, and the glamour is fake. The reward is access. You finally ride the engine, stand on scene, pull line, mask up, and hear your breathing inside the facepiece, while heat crawls down the hallway. This is where adrenaline stops feeling cinematic. It becomes procedure. As a firefighter, you stop being a tolerated beginner and start becoming part of the machine. You are expected to force doors, throw ladders, search rooms, cut roofs, and switch from fire attack to medical care without drama. The station watches consistency. One strong shift means nothing. Then comes driver, engineer, or apparatus operator, depending on the department. You may touch less fire with your hands and control more of it with placement, pressure, pump calculations, and route decisions. A bad driver can turn a sharp crew into a delayed one. Seconds become mechanical. Driving the rig looks cleaner from the outside. It is constant math under stress. Water supply, hydrant distance, street access, collapse zones, aerial angles, traffic, backing hazards. Your hands stay steadier. Your brain works harder. People start trusting your judgment before they trust your stories. The first real power shift comes with lieutenant. Now you are the officer closest to the crew, and the first layer of command. You still crawl close enough to feel the heat, but you also track personnel, radio traffic, building conditions, and changing risk. You stop owning only your body. A lieutenant learns an ugly truth quickly. Friendly people do not always make safe officers. You correct veterans older than you, write evaluations, document mistakes, and decide when somebody is too rattled to stay interior. Leadership arrives in paperwork, awkward conversations, and split-second calls. Then captain. This is where command starts sounding calm while the inside of your chest speeds up. You size up the building, choose strategy, assign companies, and answer for outcomes. The crew listens for certainty in your voice. If they hear hesitation, the whole scene gets slower. Captains live between two fires. One is the actual incident. The other is the station itself. Scheduling problems, personality clashes, training gaps, inspections, public expectations, and senior officers asking why your company missed a detail. You are no longer judged only by your own discipline. You carry a team. In many departments, battalion chief is the first rank where the city gets bigger than one house fire. You arrive in the command vehicle, stand back physically, and somehow see more. Multiple companies report to you. You build divisions, request extra alarms, manage accountability, and prepare for the possibility that this gets worse. Distance changes the psychology of the work. As a battalion chief, you may never touch the nozzle, yet you feel every bad decision immediately. A roof report comes in late. A mayday cracks over the radio. Wind shifts. Someone misses a par. You learn how fragile order really is. The schedule often gets harder here in a different way. Less sleeping at the station.
More phone calls, investigations, after-action reviews, injury reports, community meetings, and political friction. Promotion gave you authority. It also widened the hours where your mind stays on duty long after shift change. Deputy chief or assistant chief means the battlefield is now partly administrative, and that word undersells it. You oversee operations, training, EMS, prevention, logistics.
Or staffing for entire chunks of the department. A broken policy can hurt people months later, Poor hiring can damage a decade. At this level, money improves, but the trade changes. You sit in fluorescent conference rooms discussing overtime, fleet replacement, union disputes, response times, insurance ratings, and neighborhood growth. Your decisions affect stations you did not visit that week. The work gets less visible and more consequential. Some chiefs come up through prevention, training, or EMS leadership, and every path leaves a mark. Fire marshal roles bring inspections, code enforcement, origin and cause work, and the politics of shutting unsafe buildings down. Training chiefs shape competence before disaster arrives. Prevention feels quiet until one failure fills the news. Then executive command, chief of operations, deputy commissioner, division commander. Titles vary by city, pressure does not. You brief elected officials, defend budgets, face cameras after fatalities, and answer for performance with numbers attached. The public sees the uniform. The job increasingly becomes strategy under scrutiny. At the top sits the fire chief. People imagine status, salary, and ceremony. What they rarely picture is a near-empty office after midnight, a city map under a desk lamp, and one person deciding which station may lose staffing when money tightens. You hold a department together with imperfect options. Here is the final truth. The fire chief is still fighting fire. Only now the fuel is budget cuts, public anger, trauma, lawsuits, retirements, and the memory of names spoken over radios that went quiet. By the top, the flames are often invisible. The damage still spreads.